Hi everyone. After reading about this week's realistic fiction and also the censorship, I believe the realistic fiction can give students more connection and more pictures about the real world. As the textbook mentioned, through reading, adolescents have the opportunity to explore diverse ideas and values and to experience what might prove dangerous in real world. Because the topics in realistic fiction could include something really dangerous or different values in the real world. So I think most of the parents will have concern about that because we were trying to protect the mind of the children when they were young. So maybe parents can sometimes they cannot get rid of that kind of habit. So I start to ask myself the question like, what kind of parents I want to be when my daughter turns in like seventh grade or older. And I think I will let her like explore all kind of topics, but also I will read with her just because sometimes I think they still need somebody to guide them to think about the dangerous choice around. And so using the realistic fiction can actually is a really good chance to provide the adolescents to think about all the danger choice around and what kind of uh, thoughts they can what kind of choice or sorry, I need to say so parents and educators need to use a um, realistic realistic fiction as a resource to guide them to uh, choose among those danger choice or like how to prepare to react to those dangerous situation. So I feel like actually for young adults 7 to 12th grade, they are actually well prepared to understand the different lifestyle or the dangers in real life because I think most of them the personality of the life value uh, were already built maybe earlier. Of course, they were still uh, I mean the value and the personality were still affected by some friend, teacher, or the environment. But teacher and parents can still also guide them through the literature to um, provide a benefit. Good benefit to keep everything positive or good. So about the censorship problem, because it's really limited the sorry, their option in the literature. So it's really like I think we need to educate the parents too, like guide them to think the benefit of all the topic in the realistic fiction, so they can better understand that it's actually if they read it with adolescents, maybe it's a really good choice. So in the literature of risk article, it says you have to realize that all adolescents are going to take risk. I think it's true, and yes, we do need to include violence or the bullying or pregnancy or whatever dangerous kinds of topics in the young adult literature because in today's life it's kind of happen every day and there's benefit of in the literature in the article it says there's benefit of like heart to eye coordination. It's actually a new term for me, but I feel like it's really fun and it's true that the media cannot provide the adolescents about this part. The media can only I mean most of time they provide only what happened, but not really connect to like empathy or sympathy like the literature do. So the literature can actually better cultivate adolescence this part. And I think it's well said that if we educate the adolescents' empathy and sympathy and how it's happening feels, it's actually really help them think about their life or all kinds of bad things around them. And I think it's really good. Yeah. So yeah, they can be benefit with a lot of topic in the realistic literature. So and then also in the another article, the changing landscape of literature for youth. It says some of the sorry, adolescents, young adult literature might left space for like imagination. There's a topic about killing or something that addressing from the article, but I think still parents and educator can read with them. So I think literature must have something that included in insight that we can cultivate the students' empathy and sympathy to those events, and yeah, so we can educate how to react to the world or how to choose when dangerous things happen around, and or what kind of resource they can call for help when things happen. So the book I choose is it's Telling the Sweep. It's right. Sorry, this is another book. So it's here. It's cannot see. Okay. So it's Telling the Sweep, and Telling the Sweep is I think adolescents can make connection about the losing the loved one, because the book addresses a lot of topic like the grandma has cancer, so we can make connection about the disease and also the loss of loved one, and when the grandpa died, it actually was something related about the racism problems. So it's good for adolescents to think about the life when it comes to like death problem issues, and also it also addresses the loneliness because in the end of the book everybody was actually left that place, and the grandma will because it's cancer and really serious disease. So we for that age they probably had the experience of losing someone. So we can have a small group discussion about the death problem and also the feeling about losing somebody and how to ease those kind of stress. And there's something in the book I feel like it's really a topic for me, like when the mom says something after the grandpa died. So it says the things that make you sad. Mama says, I believe that sad can be bigger than happy. So I searched it. Yeah, it's right here. Wait a second. Yeah. So it says, the mama says, sad can be bigger than happy sometimes. I think it could be a important topic of among adolescents because the emotional problem of that age was, I think it's a huge concern. So sometimes we can discuss how to handle the sad feeling and what kind of things they can do to ease those kind of feelings. And so they can have also like a small group or a big group discussion. And so we can, they can learn from each other. And also there's a decision when the grandma knew about her cancer. She was actually, she didn't want any treatment just because she didn't want to lose her hair. So this decision is actually kind of sad to the mom. I think it's a topic for adolescents to think about. Like their decision will affect the people around them too, because we know that age is kind of, they have their own opinions, and but they kind of cannot think about why people around them will sometimes prevent them to do something else. Okay. So then another book I choose is Vincent and Leo. I actually love Van Gogh very much, Van Gogh, and in the end of the book addresses a lot of the relationship between the brothers. So we can also make connection to the relationship between the, like a friendship of the siblings. And I think it's there's a lot of painting behind the book, so it can use for like literacy promoting activities. They can judge it by group or individual, or also they can create a short story for the painting. And because the sunflower painting is actually in the Philadelphia Museum of Art. So a student can make a trip to there to appreciate the paintings. Okay, one more time. And also the starfish. The book I choose is this book is Starfish, and I think it's a topic about. Sorry, I want to show you the cover. Starfish, and I think it's a topic about talking about the actually abuse problem and also the sexual abuse. I think we can address the issue and also provide some resource for students. So if they need it, probably they will talk to you like privately, or they can make a phone call for themselves, or just search the resource. And so the girl actually found herself in the art area, so it could be a connection for adolescents, like what kind of field they want to do in their life to promote themselves or find themselves back. And then another book, the novel connection I made is Odyssey and Yesterday. Because one is epic poem, and the other one is I think it's a conversation. So they're kind of like short form. But I feel like we can have students to, because I searched some music for the Odyssey, and so I think they can create a music for like Yesterday with the conversation, or convert the poem to conversation too. So that is a link. And The last one I choose is The Winter Rain.